Hello, I'm Nicholas Castillo, and today I'm going to be talking about my artist, Kerry James Marshall. Kerry James Marshall is a painter slash printmaker out of Birmingham, Alabama, and his paintings usually revolve around African Americans and their community and their culture, and basically how life is for them. His paintings really bring out what it means to be an African American, like New Orleans type style. He has that kind of style, very, not very fancy, but it brings out its true nature of being an African American. Marshall attended the Otis Art Institute in Los Angeles, and after receiving his degree, he moved to Chicago and started working as a professor at the University of Illinois. There, he taught several classes mainly about art because that's what he was most passionate about. And during that time, he created one of his very first paintings. It is called D Style, and this is my representation of D Style. This is one of it's a painting of several African American people in a barbershop. And for people who don't know, a barbershop is a very sacred place. It's a very sacred place in the African American community. It's not just a place that they go get haircuts. It's a place of loving. It's kind of like your second home. A lot of people hang out there. A lot of the older people hang out there, and it's just one of those sacred places that everybody loves to be there. Marshall is best known for his paintings, his acrylic paintings, mainly because everybody knew that his paintings represented the African American community and their culture. For example, Keeping the Culture, he made this one in 2011. As you can see, it's two African American people there. The woman is playing some sort of guitar, specially made. I can tell by it's specially made, but his paintings really revolve around that. And just like the barbershop, it was a sacred place, and here it shows the culture of the African Americans. If you saw what they were wearing, it was something knitted, and the guitar was basically handmade from wood. And the next thing I want to talk about is one thing that I've noticed in a lot of his paintings, and a lot of other people I've noticed as well, is that every time he uses a painting, his paintings are very dark. When it comes to the person, when he paints people, they're very dark. It's usually black all around, and that for that reason he said, and I quote, "It's to draw attention to his painting, get the viewer to notice something about how other people view African Americans." For example, this one is called Bang. It's a Fourth of July. It's a Fourth of July painting, and then I have another one here. It's called Voyager. You see in every painting he has that each person is dark, and then this one is 7 a.m. Monday morning. If you can notice, there's one person down here. He's very dark, and also in the barbershop, like I mentioned before, this style, everybody is black in that and everybody is pretty much blends in black, you know. And for that reason, is just to draw attention to his paintings. He wanted to show something different to what other painters bring to the table. He wanted to stand out, basically. And that's what he's really most commonly known for, to use in his paintings. Another concept I want to talk about that Marshall proposes is his concept of beauty. It's very interesting. Like I said, in his other paintings, people are darker, and he did that on purpose just to draw attention. But he he painted several paintings, all naming them supermodel, but it's five different paintings of five different supermodels. Three of them are actually African American, and the other two, they're blonde, but they are painted black, and they still kept their blonde. He kept their blonde hair on their black body. He's trying to show that beauty comes from anyone, like it doesn't matter what race or how you look like. For example, this one is called Supermodel. It was made in 2000. As you can see, the person is dark, and he keeps the blonde hair on the model to show that It is indeed a blonde model. I think it was her name was Nicole. I think it was one of those. But his series of these paintings really showed that beauty just doesn't come from a specific race or specific person. It comes from anyone, no matter you're African American, white, Chinese, mainly talking about African American and white. But that's pretty much it about Marshall. Kerry James Marshall. I want to thank you for viewing,